Hello, all, very good morning. Uh, in our first session, we were discussed a little bit brief history about testing and how will be the opportunities for testing, and meanwhile other technologies. So that is what we were discussed. So then we will start up with our actual course with our testing whatever we planned. Okay, so today we will try to see what exactly the testing. So today I have to cover it up testing definition means it will take 1 hour, more than 1 hour also it may take. So we'll try to see in detail. If you take this session, it will get cover overall idea of testing, what will be doing exactly in your daily activities, process related. You will get 60 to 70% overall idea of what all are your roles and responsibilities, like testing process related something, each and everything it will get cover in testing definition itself. Okay, so okay, so then that is what we'll try to see for today, then we'll plan accordingly. uh, so if we get cover testing definition means these are the different topics gets cover: verification, validation, quality assurance, quality control, software development lifecycle, differences between verification and validation, differences between quality assurance and quality control, so static testing, dynamic testing, so differences between static testing and dynamic testing, meanwhile software quality assurance. Okay, so these are the different topics we'll try to see, then finally whatever the questions you have we'll try to discuss. Okay, testing. As soon as you see this term here, you think you may be aware of, right? So that is nothing but very simply I have to define means testing. Okay, let us suppose very simple example, you are trying to purchase mobile phone. You are trying to purchase mobile phone, you went to some shop or you went for online shopping. Okay, so let us assume before purchasing your mobile phone, which are the different features you look for, whether it will meet really your requirements or not. What are your requirements? So that means your requirements are making call, SMS, MMS, chat, 2G, 3G, like there's so many features, so many requirements you are having. So whether that mobile meets your requirements or not. So you went for purchasing mobile phone. So before purchasing, which are the different things you will look for, so whether it will meet your requirements or not. So meanwhile so many other things you will look cost, features. Okay, so and security and model, price. Okay, so like that, warranty. Okay, so brand, first initially you look for brand, right? Okay, so like this, so many features, so many things you will consider. That means what you are doing, you are testing that application whether it will meet your requirements or not. So that is nothing but testing. Okay, so testing very simply you have to define means verifying the application whether is meeting customer requirements or not. Okay, so that is nothing but testing. Okay, so very simply you have to define testing means verifying the application whether it's meeting customer requirements or not. In other words, also you can define it as executing the program with the intent of finding the errors. Executing the program with the intent of finding the errors is nothing but testing. Okay, okay, that means with the help of testing, what you are trying to certify, whether your application is quality application or not. So that is what you are trying to certify. Okay, so whether your application is quality application or not, that is what you are trying to achieve. So you have to certify that is a quality application means, so you should be aware of what is quality, right? What is quality? So then only you can certify it as a quality. Okay, so we are into IT industry, so we'll try to see what is software quality. Okay, so first point is whether it will meet your requirements or not. Okay, means like what exactly you are looking for. Okay, so what are end user requirements? Like you want to purchase mobile phone means these are the different requirements. You want to purchase TV, you want to purchase computer means so many requirements you will have. So like that, first point you will try to verify like whether your application meeting customer requirements or not. Customer expectations means I said requirements like security. You're purchasing, you're opening some bank account. Okay, so you have huge money. Why you are not putting in your house? Why you are going to bank and there you are opening account and there you are placing? Why? Because of security reasons, right? Because of security reasons. So if you hold it in your house, it may get stolen by somebody else, right? So that's why you are going to, let us suppose in bank it is not secure, then will you go and put their money? No, right? So that means like, but that means like additionally, in order to meet your requirements, you will try to expect few more additional stuff. So those are nothing but like usability, performance and security. Okay, so we go one by one. Usability, what do you mean by usability? So if you take like mobile phones, only educated people using? No, right? So uneducated people also trying to use. Okay, so they have to feel comfortable using these mobile phones, means the interface of these applications should be user friendly, right? So then only they'll be able to purchase, otherwise they cannot. Means like touch screens are like iPods, this one uneducated people cannot use. Okay, so whatever the application you are working for, that application whether it's providing user friendly interface or not, that is what your primary focus and you will try to test. Okay, so anybody have to grow their business means the usability of that application should be in such a manner like both educated as well as uneducated people able to access. One more best example, if you take like ATMs. Okay, so ATMs also dead end villages also these days ATM services they were utilizing. They have to feel comfortable, means the usability of that application should be comfortable, right? Like if any of the ATM centers, major cities, if we go, which are the different communities were there, all those languages they will try to come up with. Okay, so like in US if you take French, Spanish, okay, English, so those many languages ATM centers if you go you will be able to check it up, right? Okay, like that they'll come, that is nothing but like usability. Okay, so that one comes under usability. Then performance. In India if you take like BSNL, okay, so during peak hours like evening 4 to 8 or something, during that time if you try 20 times making call, okay, it will get connected once or twice. Here you are able to make your call but you are getting irritating, right? So that means like requirement is making call, expectation is something user friendly, something performance should be good, you don't feel, you have to feel comfortable. Okay, or you have taken some broadband connection, it's very slow, are you be able to continue with the service? You stop immediately and look for alternative, right? So that means any of the application performance also plays major role, so you will look for performance. Okay, security, so this is also one more major role it will play, like security. So each and everybody looks for security whatever the application they are trying to access. Okay, so these are nothing but like to meet customer expectations, to meet customer expectations. Okay, and one more important thing is like within budget. If you remember, like this world is surviving under 80-20 principle. 80% is poor, 20% is rich people. Okay, so 20 people driving 80% of the people. Okay, rich people driving poor people. Okay, so any of the budget they have to grow their business. Before that what I do is like during starting days of mobile communications, how much costly are mobile phones? Very too much costly, right? Okay, so how tremendously rates got decreased? This is only because of budget. only because of this principle. Okay, whenever mobile phones are too much costly, only rich people able to purchase. That means they'll be getting only 20 rupees. Okay, $20 like that. Okay, but whenever within 6 years or 7 years time span, how tremendously rates got decreased, you may be hearing, right? You may be aware of. Okay, so this is only because of this is the principle. Okay, so whenever rates are very high, only rich people able to purchase. Rates got decreased, 80% also started using. So instead of getting 20 rupees, they are getting 20 plus 80 rupees. Okay, so that means anybody have to grow their business, they have to concentrate middle class people, not high class. Okay, not rich people. Okay, so that is nothing but like within budget as well within time. Okay, within time. So your requirement is like you are attending some online competitive some exam, competitive exam, written exam, let us suppose sharp by 10 o'clock you are entered into the examination hall. Okay, it's starting, you look for pen, you forgot pen, at the time you realize you forgot pen. Okay, so it's competitive exam means fraction of second also you're wasting, means it's too much waste, right? So like that, time also plays major role. Okay, so at any point of time immediately you want pen, if it's missing out something you lose something. Okay, so time also sometimes plays major role. Another example I can say, like during recession time, any product they are releasing into the market means during recession time got stuck up with so many problems with money or something like that, nobody ready to purchase or enjoy going for new product or something like that, right? So people cannot go for like purchasing new products or new stuff. Okay, so this time also plays major role for getting huge success in their business. Okay, so any of the product they are releasing into the market means right time they have to release. Okay, so these are the different points you have to consider for software quality. Okay, so any of the application meeting these 4 points, then you can consider as a quality application and release it to customer. Okay, so that means with the help of testing department you are trying to certify whether your application meeting these 4 points or not. Remember, this one applicable not only for IT industry, quality applicable for all of the other industries as well. Like TV's company, if you go, if you check somewhere labels are there, right? If you verify somewhere you see like QC passed, that means it was tested before releasing it to the market. Your mobile also, everything, whatever product you are using in your real life, before releasing it to the market, it should be tested. Okay, so that is nothing but like quality application. Okay, that is nothing but like software quality. Okay, so testing, how you can define it as verifying the application whether it's meeting customer requirements or not, that means like those 4 points, or another words executing the program with the intent of finding the errors. Okay, very simply you have to define means this is the definition. You go somewhere Google or some materials or somewhere you see means this is the simple definition you will get, but this is not real definition for testing. Okay, so testing, how you can define it as verification plus validation. Sorry. Okay, verification plus validation also you can consider as quality assurance plus quality control. Okay, so what do you mean by verification, what do you mean by validation? We go one by one. Verification is nothing but like prevent, validation is nothing but detect. Okay, so what is the exact difference between prevent and detect? You have to keep manage your body healthier means you will be taking frequent health checkups and you are managing your body health. Okay, so that means before getting health problem you are taking precautions. Okay, so that is nothing but like prevent. Once you got fever or you got health effect, okay, then you go to doctor, what are the suggestions he is taking, he is giving, you are taking care. So that is nothing but like detect. Okay, so verification is nothing but like prevent validation is nothing but like detect. So before getting health problem, you are taking precautions, that is verification. Once you get health problem, you are taking care of medicines or something like that, so that is nothing but like detect. Okay, but with respect to testing, if you think about like what exactly verification and what exactly validation. So with respect to testing, if we discuss prevent is nothing but like with the help of testing, what will be doing in your daily activity. So one side, developers will be developing the application and he will be sending their code to you, and you will be testing their code whether it properly works or not. That means you are trying to find out errors in the code developers coming up with. Okay, so that means before producing the error, you are taking precautions. Before occurring error, you are taking precautions, so that is nothing but like prevent. Once error occurred, then you are trying to find it out and resolve, so that is nothing but like detect. Okay, so before producing the error, taking precautions, so that is nothing but like prevent. Once error occurred, okay, you are taking care, you are finding out and resolving, so that is nothing but like detect. Okay, here I am saying before producing the error, you are taking precautions, so that is nothing but like prevent. How exactly you have to prevent? How exactly you are preventing before producing the error? That's what you have to understood, means you should go through, you should be aware of like software development life cycle. You are from computers background, means you may be aware of like any other application you have to develop, means in your IT industry you should follow different steps, different stages. Okay, so that one you can consider as software development life cycle. Okay, we got that one. Before going to that one, what is life cycle? In our real world, any life, if you take anything, it will be having some life cycle, right? Like human beings, if you take child is, teenage, middle age, old age, like that 4 stages will come across. Like the tree, every life, every even not life also, you take like stones also, after a few days it will get corrupt, right? Okay, so like that every life in our nature should follow some life cycle. Exactly for developing any of the application. Okay, so you should follow some life cycle. Life cycle is nothing but like different phases. Okay, so those are nothing but like different phases you will come across in your software development lifecycle are nothing but like analysis, design, development, testing, release and maintenance. Okay, so these are the different phases you will come across. So before going these phases, one simple thing, there are so many life cycle models available, like waterfall model, V model, agile methodology, rapid application development model, prototyping model, fishbone model, process express tool. Like the so many models available, and along with software development lifecycle, I will explain each and every model in detail. Okay, so as of now we come across situation like to understand how to prevent defects, how to prevent errors. That's the reason I am coming up with this is the topic like software development lifecycle. I will explain in detail once again. Okay, very high level I will go now. Okay, okay. Analysis. In analysis phase, who will involve? Business analysts. You are working very interesting, means in your office somebody will call you from banks and we are offering some home loans or something, they will be disturbing, right? What do you call them? Executives, right? Okay, exactly. Any of the company IT industry, if you take each and everybody, they have to grow their business, means some business executives will be there, business analysts we will call them as. What these people's job is, these people will be roaming across multiple clients and they will be telling greatly about the companies and they will be attracting the clients. That is what this business analyst job. Every company try to manage the business analyst team for getting new projects. Okay, okay, so in analysis phase, business analyst gets involved, and let us suppose some of the client shown interest for giving his project to us, let us assume. So at that time, what this business analyst will do is, this business analyst gathers all requirements from them, and all those one they will be documented somewhere, like in the form of like Word or Excel or something like that. Okay, they will document all requirements from client. What exactly is requirement? Okay, so all those requirements these people gather and make it as a one document. That document you can consider as business requirement specification. Business requirement specification. So business requirement specification, why you are calling it as like client is running some business. For getting growth in his business and for successful running of his business, for making his business easier, he wants one software. That means for his business requirements, he is coming to us and he is giving his requirements to us. So, okay, for company, if you take, what is the business for companies? Developing softwares and give it to them to different clients, right? So, sorry, that means like for clients as well as companies, for both of the parties, this is the business meeting point. So that's why you are considering this document as business requirement specification. Okay. So that's why you are considering this one as business requirement specification. Okay. So once you gather all those requirements, you will make it as a one document. That document you can call it as like BRS. Okay, so once you get requirement, depends on the complexity of the application. So it may take like 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. So while taking project, you will make agreement. Okay, so how much time it will take? It will take 1 year or 2 years or 3 years for developing. Okay, so once you develop, you will release it to customer, right? So finally, who is going to use this application really? Client only, right? Okay, client. So hence this one BRS also you can consider as customer requirement specification or client requirement specification. Okay, what exactly client requirements? So that's why we are calling it as like client requirement specification. Okay, once you develop, once taken by over, who is the end user? Customer only, right? So user, end user only, right? So this one also you can consider as user requirement specification. Okay, these three are nothing but like synonyms. Okay, so this is nothing but like BRS. But in your IT industry, there are so many domains. What do you mean by domain? Like domain is nothing but, very simply I have to say, means specific field, specific industry. Like banking is one domain, healthcare another domain, telecom, shares, securities, shopping cart. Okay, so like that so many domains were available, right? So until and unless you get trained or you work with a specific domain, will you be able to understand like what exactly that domain? Healthcare, if you take like they will use some technical terms, right? You cannot understand. Okay, so like that. And meanwhile clients doesn't know how we develop our software applications, right? So what exactly they recommend in their own words they will give. But we may not understood their terminology or their domain. So that's why this business analyst, what they will do is, as soon as they come up with these documents, they will understand they will go through each and every requirement properly. They will understand clearly and convert their requirements into one more document. That document you can consider as software requirement specification. Means very simply I have to say, means how exactly you are going to implement client's requirement, whatever you gathered, as a software. That means in software terminology which we can understood properly, which how we are going to develop exactly this as a software. Okay, so they are converting into one more document, and making it as document, that is nothing but like SRS. SRS is nothing but like software requirement specification. Okay, so also you can consider as FRS, functional requirement specification. Okay, so in analysis phase, business analysts gets involved and they will be gathering information from client and coming up with two types of documents. Those are nothing but like BRS and SRS. BRS contains business client's terminology. We may not understand their terminology. Hence, what they will do is, once they come up with BRS, they will try to analyze and convert into one more document. That means like which we can understand. Okay, that is nothing but like SRS. Means business analysts, they have to play that role. Means they should be aware of both client's terminology as well as should be aware of how we develop our software applications. Then only they can play that role. Okay, so this is nothing but like analysis phase. In analysis phase, business analysts, they are gathering information from client, right? So hence analysis phase also you can consider as info gathering phase. Okay, so also you can consider it as info gathering phase. This is nothing but like analysis. Okay, then we can go for like design. Let us assume you are planning to construct a big apartment. Whom you will approach for design? Civil engineers, right? So normally we will call them as civil engineers. Also you can consider as in our real life architects. Exactly any of the application you have to develop in your IT industry. Okay, so first you have to come up with design, right? That means like entire flow of your application you should come up with. Then only you can come up with like implementation. Otherwise it's very difficult. So that is nothing but like design. Okay, so in design phase, as soon as business analysts gather requirements, those people send those requirements for design. Okay, so in design phase, architects gets involved. Okay, and come up with entire design of that application. Okay, so that design, how they will come up is like, okay, in the form of two documents in two ways. That is nothing but like high level design as well as low level design. Okay, so two types of documents you can consider as like high level design and low level design. Two ways they will come up with. Okay, so high level, what is design? Design means if you take like Gmail login screen, Gmail homepage, if you take left side about Google, right side login screen, like that is nothing but like design, right? So that kind of design they will come up with. Okay, so high level design and low level design. So high level design is nothing but like big apartment. If you take okay, how many levels you have to come up with, how many floors. Okay, so in each and every floor, how many houses, like 10 or 20 or 30, something like that. Okay, so how many houses you have to put in each and every level. So that is nothing but like high level design. Okay, then what is exactly the low level design? So low level design is nothing but like each and every independent house, if you take like 1 BHK or 2 BHK or 3 BHK, according to Vastu complaint, where you have to put entrance, where you have to put kitchen, where you have to put bedroom, where you have to put guard's room. Okay, like that internal design of each and every independent house they will come up with, right? So that is nothing but like low level design. Okay, so exactly in your IT industry also, for any of the application they have to come up with the design. Means in two ways they will come up with. So high level design and low level design. Okay, if you take like Gmail application, so high level design is nothing but like which are the different components you will come across. So high level design is nothing but like login page, home page, then logout. Okay, okay, then you can go for like login page. So in login page, about Gmail, registration, forgot password. Then compose mail, inbox, outbox, sent mail, drops, trash, logout. Okay, so these are the different components you will come up in for high level design. Okay, so during high level design they will come up with this is the process, this is the way. Okay, very high level design. So first home page, in the home page login or something like that, then compose mail page, in the compose mail page this is the thing, different things looks like. So left side you have to come up with like inbox, outbox, sent mail. In middle you have to display like all your emails. Okay, right side something, some yards or something. Okay, so that is nothing but like your high level design. Okay, then low level design, if you go for each and every independent component they will try to describe, like how exactly login, if you take, how exactly you have to come up with login. So login is nothing but like username, password, sign in, right? Username, password, sign in, this is nothing but like your login. Exactly registration module, if you take username, first name, last name, like that, so many fields you come across, then submit. Okay, exactly if you go for like compose mail, 2cc, bcc, subject, something like that, so many fields you come across, whatever you see in your Gmail, that is nothing but like low level design. Okay, so in design phase architects gets involved and they will get documents, like different documents like SRS document and BRS document, and they will try to completely analyze, and they come up with like two types of documents. Those are nothing but like high level design and low level design. Entire design of your application will come up with. Okay, so if we take like analysis phase, what are inputs? Client requirements. What are outputs? Okay, so SRS document and FRS documents, SRS and BRS. Okay, so design phase, if you take, what are the inputs? BRS or SRS. What are the outputs? High level design and low level design. Okay, so for each and every phase there are some inputs and there are some outputs you are getting. Okay, so that is nothing but that one also you can consider as like technical terms like entry criteria and exit criteria. What is the entry criteria for analysis? So client should agree with the project, he is ready to give the project, that is nothing but like entry criteria, and all the requirements from client, so that is nothing but like entry criteria. What is exit criteria? SRS document and BRS document. So what is the entry criteria for design? BRS and SRS is entry criteria for design. Exit criteria, high level design and low level design. Okay, so previous phase outputs are next phase inputs. Very simply I have to say this. Okay, so that is nothing but like entry criteria and exit criteria. Okay, so along with high level design and low level design, okay, so in detail flow of entire application they come up with, like entire architecture of application they will come up with. Like in your Gmail you will enter correct username, correct password, click on sign in button. For you, once you click on sign in button, you will see home page. Okay, means two events, just clicking on login button, viewing home page. But internally how many events happens? As soon as you click on login button, it will connect to database, it will establish connection to that database server. Meanwhile it will establish connection to web server, then it will acknowledgement back like each and everything is fine. So connection establishment is each and everything going fine. Then again whatever the username you entered, that username it will try to verify whether it's available in your database or not. In case that username is available, then again it will try to verify for password. If both are matches, then only it will provide you access for accessing other emails or something which are the different pages you want. Otherwise it don't grant you permission to access those pages. That means those pages have to add, means those pages needs to be accessed in your front end computer, means internally so many, some thousands of events occurs. Thousands of events. How many events occurs during load runner front, you will get to know. It will show you very clearly, like okay, so each and every internal design, entire flow of application they will come up with. Okay, what is the architecture you have to come up with for this application. Entire architecture also they will come up with. So that is nothing but like design. As a tester, whatever the concepts, whatever the idea I have given you, that is more than enough. Okay, it's not required like architecture, internal flows, events, each and everything. It doesn't require, but if you are aware of that is better. Just but it's not mandatory for test. Okay. Sorry. So this is nothing but like design. Okay. Once design done, development comes into picture. Okay. Here your real implementation phase starts. So who will involve in development phase? Developers gets involved. Sorry. Okay, developers gets involved. So they will gather requirements documents like SRS and PRS. They will understand clearly. Then they will get like architectural documents, whatever architects come up with. So like high level design and low level design. Then they will start up with their development activities. Okay. So before starting their development activities, what developers will do is like depends on the complexity of the application. So they will try to come up with plan. That one you can call it as like development plan. Okay. So how many releases they have to come up with? Meanwhile, how much big is this application? How many modules you have to come up with? Each and every module, who is going to take care? Like that, entire plan they will come up with. Like let us suppose for this application is having a very big module. So it's having like Gmail. If you take like different components, so what are the different modules you can come up with? Login and compose mail, inbox, outbox, send mail, like this different components you can come up with, right? Exactly any of the application if you take like module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. Very high level they come up with in this manner. Okay. Okay, module 1. So again let us suppose for this price 30 people were working. Okay, so 30 developers. So module 1, how many people required? If it is big application, big module, let us suppose 10 people. Module 2, 6 people. Module 3, 2 people. Module 4, just 5 people. It depends on complexity of the application. They will come up with this is the way. Okay, so again module 1 they will divide into sub modules. Okay, sub module 1, sub module 2. Module 2 again they will divide into sub module 1, sub module. Like that each and every main module they will divide into sub module. Sub modules into sub module 1, sub module. Like this so many levels they will divide. Okay, like this so many levels, so many sub components they will divide. So they will take smallest independent component and come up with code. Okay, like Gmail if we take they first take login functionality. For that one they will come up with code. Okay, once come up with code for login, they will be enhancing, okay, by coming up with code with forgot password. Okay, then they will be integrating with what do you say, registration. Then they will be coming up with inbox. Then they will be coming up with component. Like that slowly they will be enhancing the application. Right? Okay, so let us suppose you are working for Gmail application. So how much time it will take for developing entire application? It depends on the complexity of the application. Okay, so let us assume it will take 3 years of time. So entire application you have to develop means it will take 3 years. Okay, so entire application you have to develop and give it to testing team for testing purpose means this 3 years of time what testing team will be doing. Companies cannot sit them idle and pay the salaries, right? Okay, so testing team also should be having some work. So instead of developing whole application and sending it to testing team, sorry, what developers will do is they will develop some features and send it to testing team for testing purpose. Okay, like login forgot password, they will develop and send it to testing team for testing purpose. Okay, then they will integrate with forgot password, send it to testing team for testing purpose. Okay, so before that I told, right? So before starting the project, developers will be coming up with like development plan, like how many releases you have to come up with. Before that, for any of the project if we take, there are two types of releases: internal release, so you can say like minor release and major release. Okay, so minor release and major release. So there are two types of releases. Okay, so minor release means it may take 1 month, major release means every 3 months. Remember, very high level I am telling. Okay, so most of the project they will try to follow this is the types of releases. Should be there like two types of releases, but my point is like the time box may get vary. Okay, time box may get vary. Okay, so 1 month you are taking a minor release, so somebody may take for 20 days itself. Some another project they may take 2 months for minor release. Okay, so for major release 5 months some another project may take. Okay, so like it may get very, it's not like stable, it may get very like project to project, it depends on the client about like time box. Okay, so but two release will be monitored. Okay, so what are the way they want, they can make it like SIT release or MIT release. The names of releases they will make like SIT. SIT nothing but like minor release, MIT nothing but like major release. It's not like stable. Again, for some another project they may come up like Augusta release, Spectrum release. Okay, so like that, what are the naming conventions they want, they can use it. Okay, they can come up with. Okay, so these are nothing but two types of release, like SIT 100 minor releases if you take like SIT 100. Okay, SIT 100 if you take, when it will start, January 1st. SIT 100 when it will end, January 31st. Which are the features they are going to develop, like login forgot password. SIT 200 if you take February 1st it will start, February end it will start. Okay, and for registration module they are going to take. Okay, SIT 300, SIT 400, SIT 500, like that. Before starting the project they will come up with entire plan. Accordingly they will develop and send it to testing team for testing purpose. So this one what you can call it as like internal release. Also you can call it as like build or drop. Okay, also you can consider build or drop. Okay, whatever the terminology you want you can call it as. Sorry. Okay, so before that, what is version or what is release? Okay, so what is release is nothing but like Windows. If you take like Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 2008, what do you call all of this one? Releases, right, or versions. Okay, so let us suppose like Windows 7. For developing Windows 7, Microsoft, how many years it would have taken? 5 years or 6 years or 7 years, right? Okay, so they cannot develop whole application and after 7 years they can release it to testing team for testing purpose, right? So what they will do, some features they will develop and send it to testing team. So internally they will make so many releases within an organization, within Microsoft. Okay, so those one you can consider as like releases. Okay, So simply I have to say means some part of the application, some features of your application. So some features they will develop and send it to testing team for testing purpose. Some features they will develop and send it to testing team for testing purpose. Okay. This one you can call it like internal release. Okay, here you will come across very good interview question. How you will get intimation of bull, how you will get intimation of release. Whatever the development plan they come up with, according to their development plan, they will develop features and they will make it as a setup file. You have to play some game in your computer. What you have to do? You have to get appropriate setup file, you have to install in your computer, then you can play, right? Exactly within an organization also, before starting the project, so developers will be coming up with like a development plan, right? Accordingly, for that release, whatever the stuff they were planned, they will develop and make it as a setup file, send it to testing team for testing purpose. Okay, normally any of the organization or any of the project for installation separate team they will maintain. Okay, so once they develop features, they make it as setup file, send it to installation team for installing the application. Okay, send it to installation team for installing the application. You may get doubt, right? Installation is very simple stuff, right? So why they are managing like separate team? If you take like MS Office or something like that, it doesn't take much time. Yeah, Microsoft Office, if you take Microsoft operating system, Windows XP, if you take, how much time it will take? For that one, if you are technically not strong, you cannot install, right? Like that, some applications, for instance, I have worked for one project, that is telecom application. For installing whole application, it will take 3 days. It will take 3 days. Okay, so if that is the case, means you cannot do, right? It's not like you cannot do, but with little bit guidance you can make it. But installation, not that much skills required, right? So what they will use is separate team they will manage, who are technically not something like that, and they will provide little bit training and they can make it. Okay, so that is nothing but like as soon as they make it as setup file, send it to installation team for installing purpose. So once installation successful, installation team sends back mail to testing team and development team like installation was successful, you carry on your testing activities. Okay, you carry on your testing activities. As soon as you get email from installation team, you will start with your testing activities. Okay, so this is the way you will get intimation of bull. As soon as you get bull, you have to start your testing, right? Okay, so you have to start your testing means what you want? URL means like location where they were installed that application. Okay, like gmail.com, it is URL, right? So they will intimate you that URL as well, that location as well, like where they were installed. Okay, so normally internally what is the process they will try to follow for releasing is like whenever you enter gmail.com, internally what it will do, it will try to connect to some IP address in your internet. Okay, so internally how they will manage environment is like how they will manage locations, that's what I mean to say. So whenever you enter gmail.com, internally what it will do, it will try to connect to some computer in your internet. That computer, your house in this globe having some unique address, right? Exactly within your internet. Okay, internet is nothing but like group of computers. Okay, so each and every computer should be having some unique IP address. Okay, So it will connect to that computer and it will try to search the pages. Okay, so that is the approach you will follow. But normally during starting days of your IT industry, how people used to manage accessing browsers is like this is the way. Some IP address, with the help of IP address only they will be accessing, like 16.122.19. something some 4-digit IP address. They will be using IP address directly. But so many IP address you have to remember means these digits is very difficult, right? For human being it's very difficult. That's the reason they come up with like domain concept. Okay, that's the reason they come up with like domain concept, like gmail.com, yahoo.com, salesforce.com, like that. Some domains they come up with. Okay. So internally also they will manage like that. So each and everything, one application if you take, like there are so many environments I told, right? Like SIT environment or MIT environment, or it may get very like development environment, production environment. Development environment is nothing but developers will be working in this environment. That environment looks like some IP address, some URL, .html. Okay. Production environment. Production environment is nothing but like your what do you say, live Gmail you are using, right? So that is nothing but like production environment. Okay. Manual testing environment, automation testing. Testing again if you take, there may be so many teams, so many environments. Okay, like manual testing, automation testing, performance testing. Okay. So as soon as you get released from development team, okay, as soon as you get released from like development team, so what they will do is installation team, what they will do is they will try to install that application in all of these environments. Okay, in all these environments they will install and go to sending out an email to development team and testing team. Then they will start up with, then you will be starting up with your testing activities as a tester. So now if you will be into manual testing, you go to manual testing environment and start your testing activities. If you will be into automation testing, you go to automation testing environment and start your testing activities. If you will be into performance testing, you will go to performance testing environment and start your testing activities. Okay, so this is the way you will get intimation of build. Very good interview question. Even if you go for interview, they may ask you like how you will get intimation of build, how you will, which are the different environments you are having in your project, and how you are managing like your environments. So at that time it will definitely helpful for you. Okay, so remember it's not like stable these many environments for each and every application. It may get vary from project to project. Earlier one project I have worked for that application so they were having like 5.0, 6.0, 7.0 and 7.5. These are the environments they were already in production, clients were using. 8.0 and 8.2 they come up with some enhancements. Okay, that is under development. So like that I mean to say here, like for each and every project there is no stable environments are stable, even like like naming conventions also I mean. Okay, so what are the naming conventions, how many environments they want, they can come up with is entirely client specific and project specific, but high level process will be like this. So if you go for interview, whatever you are telling, that one you try to stick. Okay, so in your project, in your company you are following, that is the process. And meanwhile one more thing, so for any of the project like development team, the process of intimating build is like development team they will make it as a setup file, send it to installation team, then once installation is successful they will send it to testing team. But it may also get vary. Some projects they will manage like 3 teams, but some projects as a tester you yourself have to install whole application and have to test. Installation is not that much difficult, right? So with a little bit guidance you can install and you can test it up. Okay, so it's application specific, but process will be same. Okay, 3 steps will be there: setup file, installing the application, and testing the application. These three stages will be there, but team make it way. Okay, so this is the way you will get intimation of build. Like that, according to the development plan, whatever they come up with, so they will develop the features according to the development plan, send it to testing team for testing purpose. So as a tester, you will test the application, whatever the issues you are finding, you will report those issues to development team for fixing. Okay, so once they fix, again they will make a release it to you for testing again. Okay, and they will be enhancing or they will be fixing. So these two cycles in between you and developer will be repeatedly happening until whole application gets ready. Okay, so until whole application gets ready. Okay, so before starting project, you are making agreement, right? Like 3 years. Okay, so this is nothing but like development team and testing team. So testing team, who will involve? Testers gets involved, and they'll be testing the application or testing the builds, whatever you are getting from your client. I mean like from development. Okay, so you are at the ending days of 3 years. That means by the time entire application could have ready, right? So then you are ready to release it to the customer. You are ready to release it to the customer. Okay, so once whole application gets ready, before releasing it to the customer, in company environment, you will install whole application and test how your application behaving, still having any issues. To make sure, final phase, you will install whole application in your company environment where you are exactly working. There exact client setup kind of environment you will create and try to test. That kind of testing you can consider as alpha testing. Okay, that kind of testing you can consider as alpha testing. Okay, once alpha testing done, you will go to client environment. There, that means like exactly which kind of environment they are going to use this application. There you can go and install and test. So that one you can consider as beta testing. Okay, that one you can consider as beta testing. Okay, normally beta testing, I'm saying like but you don't go and install and test. Normally companies try to manage a separate team for installing and managing client related activities. So they will go to client place and they will install, and once you install, configurations needs to be done, right? Configurations needs to be done. Those configurations also they will try to do and install and test it up. Okay, so that is nothing but like beta testing. What do you mean by really beta testing? Really beta testing means you might be hearing like Yahoo Messenger beta release, Mozilla Firefox beta release. What do you mean by beta release? Beta release means the entire application got ready, but every client they will try to think about like growing their business. Accordingly, they will come up with features. But client always cannot expect all features from end users, right? Like from public. Okay, so from public, what exactly they'll be looking, or once they come up with their application, once they release it to the market, which kind of issues they will face, they may not be aware of, right? They may not understand very clearly, right? So that's why companies, what they will do is, they will whatever the company, whatever the client is like, they will develop some features and they will make it as a beta release. Beta release means your application is ready to use. Okay, but as I said, like end users requirements, clients in all ways, all languages, they may not think about and come up, right? So they are giving their application for feedback kind of stuff. That is nothing but like beta release. Okay, so they'll make it as a beta release, they'll get feedback from public, they will work on those feedback, those comments, then make it as a original release. So that is nothing but like beta testing. Remember, beta release mostly they will make for products, not for projects. Okay, but what is product and what is project, I will explain you. As of now, you can remember this is the stuff. Okay, so that is nothing but like beta test. If you remember, like in India, very recently they implemented like mobile portability. Okay, from any network to any network you can shift without changing number. Okay, so for that one, if you remember, they were implemented in one location initially. After they split across whole India. Why? This is only because of customer feedback, end users feedback. Okay, so that is nothing but like beta test. Okay, so once beta testing done, it will go for like maintenance. You are purchasing mobile phone. While purchasing mobile phone, 1 year or 2 years warranty period you will get it up. Okay, so within that 1 year or 2 years time span, if you get any of the issue, you will go to company, they will make you free of service. Okay, but after 2 years, if you go, they will charge, right? Exactly same kind of stuff. It will be applicable for your IT projects as well. Okay, so before taking the agreement, few days they will provide you like free service once you release it to the customer. Okay, that means like here, once you develop your application, release it to the customer, it's not like ending relation between client and company. Like how many days client is going to use that application, those many days company support required. Okay, so that is nothing but like maintenance. Okay, that is nothing but like maintenance. So this is nothing but like release and maintenance. Okay, so this is nothing but like your software development life cycle. So these are the different phases you will come across. Okay, so why I come up with software development life cycle? You have to understand what is the difference between verification and validation. So what do you mean by verification and validation? Testing is nothing but like verification plus validation. Okay, verification is prevent, validation is detect. So before occurring the error, you are taking precautions. That is nothing but like prevent. Once error occurred, you are finding out and resolving. That is detect. How exactly? Let us suppose one application is there. For that application, 4 modules were there: A, B, C, D. Okay, so for this application, analysis done, design also done, development also done. Okay, development also done. You got it for testing. You start your testing activities. So okay, there is some process for starting your testing activities. I will explain in detail going forward with our classes. Okay, so as soon as you get release, you will start your testing activities. While testing, let us suppose you found C module got missed out. C module got missed out. As a tester, what is your job is you have to find as many bugs as possible and release it, report them to development team for fixing. There is some process for reporting. That one I can explain you later. As of now, you can report those issues to development team. You can remember. Okay. Then development team fix them and again send back application to testing team for testing. Okay. So you found C module got missed out. You will send it to development team for developers. Okay. Like this, primarily any of the issue you are getting. Okay, so to whom it will go blame? Development team only. Okay, so why developers are the major team for any of the application, right? So any of the issue occurs in your application, it will go to like development team. Okay, so it went to developers, but developers, by referring which documents, they will be coming up with the development activities. They will refer architectural documents like high level design or low level design. Okay, So by referring those documents, they'll be coming up with their development activities. Okay. But whatever the architectural documents developers received, there itself C module is not there, let us assume. There itself C module is not there. Then what is the mistake? Whose mistake is that? It is not developer's mistake, it is architect's mistake. Blame went to architects. Again, designers, they have to come up with architecture documents. Means which documents they will refer? SRS or BRS. Actually what happened was, while gathering requirements from client, while making documentation, somehow they missed out C module. Okay, so if this is the case, means if you go for any of the project, for analysis, for gathering the requirements, for making BRS and SRS perfect, how much time it will take? It depends on the complexity of the application. I can say like 6 months or 4 months or 3 months or 1 year also it may take. Okay, for design how much time it will take? Again 6 months to 1 year. Development how much time it will take? 2 to 3 years. Entire stuff is going to waste, right, if this is the case. So again you have to come up with analysis, again you have to come up with design, again you have to come up with development. This 3-year time box, company could have utilized so many resources, right, like internet, computers, human resources, salaries they could have paid to so many employees. Each and everything going to waste. So again you have to come up with analysis, again you have to come up with design, again you have to come up with development. Does anybody suggest this kind of approach, motivates this kind of approach? No, right? So instead of following this approach, what you could have done is like, as soon as analysis documents get ready, that means like BRS document gets ready, there itself if you test, like by considering different factors like whether you gathered all requirements or not. Okay, so what are the requirements you gathered? All are completely you are understand or not, you are completely documented or not, correctly documented or not. Okay, so along with those features, okay, along with those factors, you will take to consider like budget also. So what are the budget client is going to invest within that budget, and what are the time client is giving you? Within that time span, you will be able to develop those features or not, and within that budget limits or not. Okay, meanwhile whether you have enough infrastructure or not, means like for developing some features, latest technology required. In your company you don't have that technology, let us assume. So for .NET, very recently they come up with like Silverlight. Okay, the purpose of Silverlight is like you can watch YouTube movies, right? So whenever you maximize like full screen mode, you cannot see that much clarity, that much quality in your YouTube, right? So even you maximize from anywhere you are accessing, means you have to watch quality movies, means Silverlight is the feature they come up with. Okay, like that for developing some features, any advanced technology required. Okay, right now you commit, tomorrow you are unable to deliver, you will get very bad impression. So that's why by considering all these factors, like whether you gather all requirements, what are the requirements you gather, all are correct or not, complete or not. Okay, so on budget, time, technology, infrastructure, resources, human power, each and everything you will consider, and you will try to test. If something went wrong, there itself you will try to correct. Exactly, as soon as SRS document gets ready, there again you will try to test whether you are covered, what are the requirements you gathered for all those requirements, SRS document containing or not. Okay, so whether you will be able to develop or not, complete or not, correct or not. Exactly, design also. So high level design and low level design, you come up, whatever you come up, that is proper or not, that is correct or not, that is complete or not. Okay, so like that, whatever the phase is happening, there itself you are testing completely. That's how, that means like wherever error is occurring, there itself you are finding out and resolving. So that is the meaning of like verification. Okay, so that's how you are resolving, that's how you are preventing. That means what you are trying to do, you are preventing dropping of bugs to later stages. Okay, so here very good interview question you come across. in at which phase finding out bugs are costly? Finding out bug at earlier phases of your SDLC or later phases of your SDLC? Earlier phases of your SDLC is cheap, later phases of your SDLC is costly. That is what, right? So you found the C module got missed out in testing phase. So again you have to come up with analysis, design, development. Okay. So finding out bugs in early phases is nothing but like verification. Okay. So testing is nothing but like verification plus validation, right? So verification is nothing but like verification process helps us preventing dropping of bugs to later stages in your software development lifecycle. So that is nothing but like verification. Also you can define it as whatever the testing process going on before the testing phase in your SDLC. Analysis, design and development. In these three phases, what are the testing phases going on? So that one you can consider as verification. Also you can consider as like early phases testing in your SDLC is nothing but like verification. Okay. So validation. Okay. So validation, how you can define it as like later stages finding out bugs in SDLC is nothing but like validation, or finding out bugs in your later stages of your SDLC, or also you can define it as like whatever the testing process going on once testing phase starts. Okay. So that one you can consider as like validation. Okay. Okay, now you tell me, you as a tester come up in which phase, like verification or validation? As a tester we comes under validation phase, not verification. Okay. In verification phase we don't involve. Okay, we don't involve. Who will involve? I will tell you later. Okay, as of now you can remember. And one more very important question you come across: testing phase, where it will start. Testing, where, in which phase of your SDLC it will start. Testing really starts in analysis phase itself. Okay. In analysis phase itself testing starts. Okay, here I have one question. You have to start your testing means you should be having application. When you will get application? Once analysis, design, development done, once they come up with code, then they will make you setup file to you and you will install and try to test it. So after 1 year or something like that is getting. You want to test means once you get application, then only you can test. But in testing phase only you will test. But I am saying here like in analysis phase itself. But what exactly you will test in analysis phase? In analysis phase you don't test exactly the application. You will be testing documents. Okay, you will be testing some analysis and design. How you will come up with? Like in the form of like Word or Excel documents, right? Exactly, design documents. How you will come up with? Some documents. So those documents you will be validating. Okay, you will be not testing exactly application, and you will be testing like your documents kind of stuff. Even analysis design phase you don't involve in testing. See, you have to test BRS and SRS document means you should be aware of those documents, right? So how you will test? You cannot test, but somebody else will be test. Who will test? I will explain later. As of now, this is the stuff you can remember. Okay. So as a tester, you will get involved in validation phase, not in verification phase. Okay. So this is the way you are preventing bugs. Okay, during preventing bugs before going early phase. So that is nothing but like verification. So before occurring the error you are preventing. Once error occurred, you are finding out and resolving. So that is nothing but like verification and validation. Verification also you can consider as like quality assurance. Verification also you can consider as quality assurance. Validation also you can consider as quality control. So we people comes under quality control. Okay. So here I am saying like you will be starting testing in analysis phase itself, but you have to test means application required, right? So application when you are getting in testing phase only. Once developers develop, then you will get application. So but in analysis phase and design phase, what exactly you are testing? Documents you are testing. So that's why verification or quality assurance also you can consider as static testing. Static testing means without executing your application dynamically, you are validating the all documentation kind of portion and verify. Okay, so that's why you are considering it as like static testing. Okay, static testing means like what the testing is going on like analysis phase and design phase, so you can consider as static testing. Dynamic testing means once you get application you will be applying test data in that application and you will be executing. That means you will be performing your actions like navigate gmail.com. You will be navigating gmail.com, whether it's navigating login page or not. So in login page you will try to enter correct username, correct password, click on sign in button. So your enter correct username, correct password means whether it's navigating to home page or not. So you will try to validate whether it's navigating home page or not. Once you click on compose mail button, it's navigating to compose mail page. Like that you will be dynamically executing the application and testing. Okay, so that is nothing but like dynamic testing. Okay, so testing is nothing but like verification plus validation. Also you can consider as quality assurance plus quality control. Also you can consider as static testing and dynamic testing. Okay, you understand this simple example means you will be able to answer more than around 15 questions. What is verification, what is testing, what is validation, what is quality assurance, what is quality control, what is static testing, what is dynamic testing, what is development life cycle, what is waterfall model. Waterfall model also covered. Okay, just for awareness purpose I'm saying we got concept, right? So waterfall model is nothing but like analysis phase only, analysis will be going on, no testing. Design phase architects gets involved and they'll be coming up with their design documents, no testing. Development phase developers will be coming up with code, no testing. Testing will be happening only in testing phase. That is nothing but like waterfall model. What is the drawback of waterfall model? So if something went wrong, again you have to come up with analysis, again you have to come up with design, again you have to come up with development. As of now, waterfall model means this is the stuff you can remember. Okay, in next class I will explain you in detail about waterfall model. Okay, in next class I will explain you in detail about waterfall model. As of now you can remember like testing will be happening only in testing phase. The drawback of testing phase is if something went wrong, repetitive task needs to be done. Okay, then what is V model? Okay, so to overcome drawback of waterfall model, what you can do, as soon as SRS and BRS gets ready, there itself you will try to test. As soon as design documents gets ready, there itself you will test to test. That means as of now you can remember V model is nothing but like both development and testing activities will be going on parallelly. Okay, so that is nothing but like V model. Okay, so that is nothing but like V model. So as of now you can remember this is the stuff, so I will explain you in detail. So that is nothing but like V model. Differences between verification and validation, differences between quality assurance and quality control, differences between static testing and dynamic testing, waterfall model and V model. Software quality assurance. What do you mean by software quality assurance? Okay, software quality assurance, how you can define it as like monitoring and measuring in each and every phase of your software development life cycle is nothing but like software quality assurance. Okay, monitoring and measuring in each and every phase. What do you mean by monitoring and measuring? So once you come up with SRS, you are monitoring whether each and everything going fine or not. That is what verification, right? So that is what software quality assurance. So software quality assurance also you can explain same example. So software quality assurance also you can define it as verification plus validation. But definition you can say like monitoring and measuring in each and every phase of your software development life cycle. Okay, so this is nothing but like your okay. So testing, this is the real meaning of like testing. Okay, so if you understand this simple question example, you will be able to answer around 15 questions, and meanwhile somebody may feel difficulty in this one who are from non-computers graduates, non-computers background. Those people may feel little bit difficulty. Okay, but if you feel little bit difficulty, as we proceed with our course, okay, you will get understand each and everything very clearly. Okay, I come up with like very high level. Okay, meanwhile I considered non-technical people also come up with in such a manner, but still few people may feel difficulty, but you don't want to worry if you feel difficulty by chance. Okay, so going forward what are the topics we will be covering, so you will understand very clear picture. Okay. I have unmuted. Okay, so I have unmuted. Anybody having any questions means you can ask me. Yeah, Shaker. Yeah, you can call me Bala, no issues. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay. So if you go for like you could have heard my session like introduction class. Okay, there I have in detail described like for non-technical non-computers gadgets you can enter into testing or not. Okay, so who all are coming into testing industry, most of the people they are choosing their career in testing in our IT industry. Why? Because of like they are technically not strong, right? For them testing makes very easy, but only the thing is you should be having efficient qualification, and from your side you have to work hard. Okay, and you are aware of like computers, at least one programming language like C. If you are not aware of, even we will explain it up, and you are browsing very frequently. Okay, in browsing and basic operations of computers and browsing frequently, and all these very high level concepts you are aware of means you have to work little bit hard means. Okay, you can definitely get in. So many people who are working testing, those people are something like that only. Okay, so you can definitely get into. Okay, but yeah, yeah, right, tell me. Yeah, right, yeah. Yes, exactly. That means like you are asking about like automation tools, right? Setup files. Okay, for that one yesterday I have explained like introduction class, you haven't attended, right? So that one I will share you the setup files. Okay, so you can download one share location I will give you, you can download from there and you can install and you can use in your computers. I will help you in sharing all required setup files and installing in your computers. Meanwhile license tools I was having each and everything. So in automation tools you will get like trial concurrent license and seat license. Okay, so I have all seat licenses, I can provide you permanently, you can use how many days you want. Okay, it will take we will plan like 6 weeks. Okay, but it depends on finishing course is not important, right? You have to understand the concept, right? So if you are following quickly, it will get finished by 6 weeks. It may get to delay, means 1 week it may get to delay. Okay. Yeah, weekends, this batch is purely for weekends. So Monday IST time I'm talking about. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so 8 to 10 we were 7 to 10 we were planned. Okay, if you feel comfortable this batch you can attend. If you doesn't feel comfortable, means I have running so many multiple batches, that one we can discuss. Okay. Yeah, once we finish this class, once we finish our session, we can finish it up, Shekhar. We can discuss. Okay. Okay. Others, anybody having any other questions so far? No. Okay, then what we do is we'll stop it here for today. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow.